This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, how about that? The Red Sox pull off the series sweep with a 6-1 victory, an impressive win against the Astros on Sunday. 6 runs across for the Red Sox in the 4th inning, and Lucas Giolito going with Gio. 8 innings of 1-run baseball as he notches the win, and Chris Murphy 1-2-3 9th inning. Alex Bregman, Alex Cora. I'm not going to say it's revenge against their former team, but how sweep it is to take the series sweep against the Houston Astros at Fenway. With that, we welcome you into our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer. I was on Lobster Lake in Maine when the Red Sox pulled off a trade with the Seattle Mariners in August of 1986, the Red Sox acquiring both Hendu, Dave Henderson, and Spike Owen. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. Our Locked On Red Sox postcast also available on the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you download your podcasts. Our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by 5 Hour Energy Transfusion. Go to 5hourenergy.com today. Use promo code LOCKEDONGOLF to receive 20% off on your order. Only valid through September 30th. Order transfusion-flavored 5-Hour Energy shots today. We do want to hear from you. If you're on board with us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, we want to hear from the Royal Rooters, our everydayers, and our first-timers as well. Share your thoughts on the Red Sox completing the series sweep over the first-place Houston Astros in the AL Western Division. Again, you can follow me on the X as well. Continue the baseball and Red Sox conversation there. Hit me up and follow at Lennox on baseball. Lucas Giolito, certainly the story for the Red Sox. They score 6 runs against Framber Valdez. He fell apart in the 4th inning. All 6 runs for the Sox on Sunday coming in that 4th against the ace for the Astros.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Again, just a terrific victory. A great weekend for the Red Sox. They've won 5 in a row. Season high, 11 games over 500. Those some of the numbers of the day for Alex Cora and the Sox, who continue to roll. Right now, second place, looking up at only the Toronto Blue Jays in the AL Eastern Division. Blue Jays wrapping up their series against the Royals, who come to Boston after the series wraps up. 3-game series against KC beginning at Fenway on Monday night. Lucas Giolito gave up a home run to Carlos Correa in the 4th inning. Astros for the 3rd straight game, thanks to a home run, taking the first lead of the game. But after that, Giolito was just terrific. He gave up a base hit to Jose Altuve, who was held in check throughout the series. Altuve had a base hit, and he was, 2 for 12 in the series overall, 2 singles and I think 1 walk. He had the base hit against Giolito in the 6th inning. That was the only base runner Giolito allowed from the 5th inning on. Retired the side 1-2-3 in the 7th, took the ball for the 8th inning, worked a 1-2-3 8th inning, then Chris Murphy 1-2-3 9th to close out the victory as the Red Sox, Christian Walker, a couple home runs over the first 2 games of the series. But overall, Houston held in check in the series overall. Mention them with runners in scoring position. Here's a number of the day for you. Astros 0 for 6 runners in scoring position, 7 left on base in the extra inning loss on Friday to the Red Sox. They went 2 for 11, left 14 runners left on base on Saturday. And against Giolito, over 8 innings, 1 opportunity, 0 for 1, and left 3 runners on base. 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. I think that's a big factor in basically determining and stating that Giolito had a terrific day. Again, just giving up that 1 base hit to Jose Altuve, and that was it from the 5th inning on from Lucas Giolito. The Red Sox need that. And you use just 1 reliever after Alex Cora went to the bullpen time and time again. Heard it. Didn't watch Roku with Dave O'Brien on the call, but on the radio side, Will Fleming, Lenny DiNardo, and basically it was announced by Cora before the game. They wanted to stay away from Garrett Whitlock and Aroldis Chapman, and they were able to do that. At bat of the day, how about in the bottom of the 4th inning? Now, the Red Sox had a couple of opportunities, you could say, against Framber Valdez over the first 3 innings. And by the way, let's state this right now while it's on the tip of my tongue and front and center in my mind. Valdez entered on Sunday having won his previous 10 decisions. Team took the loss last time out. They've now lost his last 2 starts. You don't want to do that with your ace. You really don't. Remember when we clamored about that for Garrett Crochet early on in the season? You don't want to waste an ace performance or an outing. You got Hunter Brown on Friday. You got Valdez on Sunday. But Valdez, first loss since taking an L on the road against the White Sox on May 2nd. He had won 10 straight decisions prior to Sunday's start. And he fell apart in that 4th inning. At bat of the game for the Red Sox coming in that 4th inning, I'm going with a leadoff double by Roman Anthony, who has now hit safely in 8 in a row. Story RBI base hit. Anthony scores 1-1 ball game. Then how about how this inning unfolded? Rafaela RBI single. Story scores on a balk. I think it was 2 wild pitches in that inning for Valdez as he kind of unraveled. But then Abreu up there with a runner at third base. Sack bunt, safety squeeze. Rafaela scores from third, got a good read, scores. And with that, Abreu, sacrifice bunt, 4-1, and then Connor Wong. This is what you want from a good ball club. You're up 4-1. You got 2 more runs in the inning. Wong, who doesn't have a base hit this season, in 30 at-bats with runners in scoring position, gets that 5th run across with a sac fly. Red Sox not done. Refsnyder comes to the plate. Not sexy, but winning baseball. Wong, sac fly, 5-1. Refsnyder, less than 2 outs. Abreu is able to score from third on the ground out by Refsnyder. 6-1 ball game, and that turns out to be your final. That's winning baseball. And defensively, Trevor Story's hitting. Went into a mini, I think it was 3 games. It wasn't the entire month of May where he scuffled, maybe early in the week. But Trevor Story's knocking in runs. Alex Bregman had a quiet series at the plate, couple of base hits, couple of singles on Friday, nothing else the rest of the weekend. That's okay. You know what Trevor Story and Alex Bregman are giving you consistently? And I mentioned it on Saturday when the Red Sox turned and around the horn 5-4-3 double play, and Gonzalez was the second baseman in the middle of that. And it just looked like a winning ball club, like, hey, we're turning 2 here. Bregman and Story, and you need their bats. But boy, are they fun to watch on the left side of the infield right now for the Red Sox. I feel like you can go into a funk defensively, especially an infielder. Look at Anthony Volpe with the Yankees. He's in a slump right now defensively. You just don't. I mean, he's got to field the ball cleanly. He can't make throws in the dirt. First baseman don't bail him out. That's okay. Let that happen over there with the Yankees. But right now, on the left side of the infield, Story, remember the play to cut down the runner at the plate in the 10th inning on Friday? Right now, they're in a groove. They really are. You've got a veteran left side of the infield. Story's in the lineup every day. Alex Bregman, pretty much in the lineup every day. And they are fun to watch on the left side of the infield. By the way, last point to make, a number of the day for you. Then we're going to get your comments from our Royal Rooters on the other side. Locked On Red Sox postcast. Glad you're with us on this Sunday. Lucas Giolito struck out 4, including the final out in the 8th inning. But how about Giolito? Talking about using the defense. He got 10 ground ball outs and 10 fly ball outs. Taking it to 10. I thought that was interesting. And if you're a Royal Rooter and you're with us on the Locked On Red Sox postcast, I love the numbers. It's baseball. We count everything, right? But 10 ground ball outs for Giolito, 10 fly ball outs. Red Sox pick up the series sweep. They're 6th of the season and 5th at Fenway. So the defense has gotten better. They're winning games, and they're playing winning baseball at Fenway Park. 5 straight wins for the Red Sox. Now the Royals come to town. And now you've got it set up where you go to bed tonight. You put your head on the pillow, and it's no longer a box of chocolates with Brian Bayo. You expect him to go out there on Monday in the series opener and set the tone for the Royal Series. You've got Bayo. Oh, my goodness. The Red Sox, are they looking like geniuses? You push Crochet back. He starts on Tuesday. Got a little extra rest. No problem with that. And then you get Dustin May in the finale on Wednesday against Kansas City. Off day. I said it the other day. I'll correct myself here. I thought it was Houston this weekend and Houston in Houston next weekend. No. Off day this Thursday. Red Sox then 3 in San Diego against the Padres. That should be an interesting series. So you've got 3 against San Diego. Then you've got 3 in Houston on the upcoming 6-game road trip. Perfect sweep of the Astros. You fell behind in each of the 3 games, and you came from behind. 6 runs against Valdez in that 4th inning. And again, the word for Valdez just unraveled in the 4th inning. And I think it also speaks to a certain degree where their bullpen is. They end up using 2 bullpen arms, Ort, former Red Sox pitcher, and Hernandez. But Valdez ended up throwing 94 pitches. But their bullpen may not be in the best of shape right now. Do we care? No. But it's something to take notice of for the Astros going forward. You could have maybe pulled Valdez Framber Valdez after 4 or 5. Giving him, he threw extra pitches and nothing changed in terms of the score. Locked On Red Sox Postcast, we hear from you, our Royal Rooters, and that's next. Again, happy to have you on board on this Sunday. You're going to enjoy the rest of your Sunday, aren't you? You're going to have a smile. You're going to go out. You might be in public. You're going to have a smile ear to ear. And people are going to be like, what is that person doing? Oh, the Red Sox swept all 3. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll smile like that too. Locked On Red Sox Postcast presented by 5-Hour Energy. Time to fuel up and turn it up with 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. It brings the bold grape, ginger, and lime flavor of your favorite golf drink minus the alcohol into a quick, energizing shot. Whether you're sinking birdies or just making memories on the course with friends, this one is a hole-in-one for your energy game. Let's be honest. Some days on the course or off it, you just need that extra boost to stay sharp and energized. Golf is all about good times with good people. Out there with friends and family on the course, good flavors, of course, as well. The grape, ginger, lime flavors give you the best parts of your clubhouse go-to without chasing down that beverage cart. If you're going to 5hourenergy.com today, well, that's the number 5hourenergy.com. You can use promo code LOCKEDONGOLF to receive 20% off on your order. This offer is only valid through September 30th on one order and cannot be used with other promotions. The code is not good for subscription orders. Whether you're meeting up with friends or trying to turn 18 holes into 36, get the energizing boost you need to power through. Order transfusion-flavored 5-Hour Energy shots today. Locked On Red Sox Postcast also brought to you by FanDuel. Summer sports in full swing. Whether you're all about baseball under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. You're already following the action. Why not make it just a little more thrilling? With FanDuel, you can get in on the game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach. With FanDuel, you're able to track your favorite matchups. The app keeps it fresh with new daily promotions and fun ways to bet. The FanDuel app, easy to use, fast to pay out, and makes even regular season games feel like must-watch events. Whether you're placing a same-game parlay or watching a bet ride into the 9th inning, FanDuel makes it feel like you are part of the action. New to FanDuel, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com to get started. All right, if you're with us for the first time, and we're happy to have you on board on this Sunday, we designate you as a first-timer. We've got our loyal listeners. But if you're on board with us for the first time, this is where we go to the fans, our Royal Rooters. So again, if you're on board with us for the first time, you have become, and you are initiated, and you have become a Royal Rooter. That's for the first-timers. Our everydayers, they are already Royal Rooters. And this is where we go and have the interaction and the back and forth. And I tell you, we've started doing this more recently, and I really like it. Yes, I'm doing the comments. Yes, I'm reacting to the comments. And our everydayers do a great job of, I'm not going to say keep it positive, but they do a good job of continuing the conversation. So tip of the cap to our everydayers, and you are first-timers as well. And you are now part of the Royal Rooters here on the Locked On Red Sox Postcast. Thunder Road leads us off. Great win. Valdez doing his best Walker Buehler impression in that 4th inning. Yeah, Walker Buehler's had a tough time in the 1st and 4th innings this year. Thunder Road, appreciate you being on board with us on this Sunday. And Valdez, again, just unraveled. And I don't know that he was at his best in his first 3 innings because the Red Sox kind of developing a theme, first 3 innings, couple of opportunities there, just didn't come through. And you've got to get to a starter like that early. They finally got to him in the 4th inning. Jordan, my broom sweeping the trash out of Boston. Series sweep. There you go, Jordan. Welcome in. Caleb, this team is starting to remind me of why I love the Boston Red Sox. Yes, Caleb, but understand that if you go drop 2 out of 3 to Kansas City, 2 out of 3 at Petco Park against the Padres next weekend, we're all going to feel the doomsday scenario like we've done so many times before. It's like a broken record, right? But right now, this team's got momentum on their side and a season high 11 over 500. Augusta with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 brooms with that comment right there. Thunder Road. And Breslow, I trust. Thunder Road, I don't believe you for a second. Okay, I'll believe you. Jordan, this team is going to be tough the rest of the season. Agree. Dodgers couldn't take us, and neither can the Astros. I love it. Yeah, and you know what? As with dropping 2 out of 3 at Wrigley against the Cubs to open up out of the All-Star break, then dropping 2 out of 3, they were in those games. Remember, they lost leads. They surrendered leads early. And Giolito, nice to see him rebound because his starts against the Cubs and the Phillies, first 2, this is what the Red Sox need. More from Lucas Giolito. To me, it shows what he's capable of doing. So why not just go out and do it every 5th day? It's easy, right? No, it's not. It's Major League Baseball. Big. I said it after Game 3 in Minnesota, and I'll say it again. Another 10-game win streak inbound. All right, 5 in a row right now. That would mean another sweep of the Royals and then taking the first 2 in San Diego. I'm not going to promise I'm going to sing if they reach 10 again. But really, 5 in a row, 10 straight into the All-Star break. Big, I'm there with you. Caleb, what a scrappy little team we have. Can they be scrappy? Yeah, they can be. But they can play fundamental baseball. I think scrappy and fundamental baseball, they kind of parallel each other, right? You can be scrappy. They're playing with a confidence. They're picking each other up. Didn't see it in the second half last year. It started to come around in the first half before the All-Star break this season. And now I really, truly believe this team is playing up to its capability. And as Big said, there might be more in the tank with this current 5-game win streak. Jordan, pretty sad Giolito didn't get his complete game. We're nitpicking now. He was on fire today. Reached 100+. And in a 6-1 ball game, Chris Murphy got the job done. So, Jordan, that's sad. You've got 2 complete games this year. One from Crochet, one from Bayo. That's a lot. Some teams have 0. Amanda, finally the Red Sox sweep the Astros. Yeah, Amanda dropping the knowledge. First time since 2013. Now that's what I truly call Boston strong. Amanda, thank you. Logan, let's go. Keep going, boys. Well said. Big, am I alone in thinking the Roku broadcast was terrible? Either they need new cameras or I need an eye doctor appointment. Make that eye doctor appointment. Didn't have the Roku. Read a lot of positive things about Apple from Friday night. So Amazon, Apple's been here. Apple's really done a nice job. And I think it was Will Fleming, Sean McDonough on radio on Friday complimenting them because they had the broadcast on going off that, the graphics and all the different things. Don't have Apple, don't have Roku. I think that shows my age. I'm not afraid to say that. Emily checking in. Great game. Murphy for Alcala, Criswell for Bueller, and we would be a force. Matz needs to be tried as another starter. I wonder what they're going to do with Steven Matz in that role. Debut Saturday, 1 scoreless inning. He's been a starter before, obviously, but he's sort of become, and I don't know all of his numbers in St. Louis, but in this stage in his career, he's had his share of injuries over the years, Emily. So I think he's going to provide value in the bullpen. I really do. Can you stretch him out a little bit? Yes. But right now, it's a majority of people, the consensus, Criswell, Bueller may have one more. And if it's like his recent outings and like most of this season, you've got Criswell right there. And I think Criswell's deserving, 100%. Eric, what a sweep. Gotta love it. Well said. Logan, I like the Locked On Red Sox flag. All right. In the background. That's from my buddy, Chris Carter. Yeah. Does a great job with those. He sent that to me in the mail. Worked with him. Chris was part of Team USA Baseball for many years when I was doing broadcasts for MLB Advanced Media. Sent that in the mail. Glad you acknowledged that, Logan. Appreciate that very much. And Chris will love to hear that too. Pedro, great game to complete a sweep of the Astros. Great pitching from Giolito. The offense took advantage of all opportunities in the 4th inning. Story is hot. Rafael is starting to heat up again. Pedro, great job right there out of you. Yeah, it's up and down this lineup. And again, In that month of May, it was a collective 1-9 slump, it felt like. You weren't getting the big base hits. Then all of a sudden it started to come around. You don't have to have 1-9, but you need to, a guy doesn't get a bunt down. Again, Willie or Abreu. Safety squeeze, love it. Sack fly and an RBI ground out. I'm just as impressed with that from Sunday as the home runs on Saturday, because that's going to carry you. That is what you're going to need September. And fingers crossed, I think it does happen. Even if it's one of the wild cards, I don't care. You're in the postseason. And right now you're in the top wild card spot, and you've got your eyes set on the first place Toronto Blue Jays. But you're going to need to manufacture runs. You want to call it small ball, you want to call it old school approach, I don't care. But that's how you're going to win games. Get them on, get them over, get them in. Productive outs. Big part of baseball. I don't care what the analytics say. Curtis, like the early start, watch the first 5 innings while on a nice long walk. Curtis, tip of the cap to you. That's outstanding. That's being productive. I just sat there, watched the game, put some numbers in, looked some stuff up during the course of the broadcast, all those things. That was their third, by the way, their Patriots Day. That was their third start before 12 noon. I think all 3 have been 11:35 this year, and they're 3-0. You don't like them. We had Kids Day when I worked in the minor leagues. Just real quick, it's brutal to get up that early. It does go into your routine and affects your routine. But once it's done, you've got the rest of the day. And in baseball, you don't get a lot of nights off. And this is a night off at home. Tomorrow morning, you could start, maybe late tonight, you start paying attention to the series against the Royals. But Sunday night for the Red Sox, Alex Correa, his staff, all the players, a sweep. Man, they're going to enjoy this Sunday night, 100%. Roderick, you are alone. I don't know what that means. Oh, okay. Maybe that from Curtis. You like the early start. I'm going to assume that right there. Pedro, this team is defying the odds. I don't know that I agree with that, because I think this team is playing up to its capability right now. I really do. I've been clamoring that for a long time. There's talent here. There's a lot of talent here. So defying the odds, I don't think so. I mean, look at the talent that the Red Sox have. And again, I think they're playing to their talent level right now and playing winning baseball. Defensively, they've come around. You get 8 innings from your starter on Sunday and finish off the sweep against the Astros ace, Framber Valdez. You want to say, Pedro, they're defying the odds? I don't think so. And if you look at the Blue Jays, you look at the Yankees right now within the division, the Red Sox are right there in terms of talent. And just, again, as I said, with the left side of the infield, you've got veterans on the left side of that infield right now. Second base has been a revolving door, and it will continue to be that way. But you look at still a young player in Anthony Volpe with the Yankees. I know I'm going back to the Yankees. But the Red Sox have just as much talent as the Yankees or Blue Jays. So again, a division title, I don't think that's defying the odds. I think it's certainly just them playing to their capabilities. Jordan, we got a couple more here. Remember when most of the Red Sox nation thought Gio might not be a starter for us in the beginning of the season? He's a great number 2 and has been for a month plus. The 2 starts against the Phillies and the Cubs were not his best outings of the season. This was 8 innings, 1 earned run. But yeah, you need just consistency. And again, and I said it just before the deadline, Bayo and Giolito not being, again, box of chocolates is you just never know what you're going to get. Forrest Gump. But if they can pitch, again, 6 innings, 7 innings, 8 innings, you'll take every couple of outings. They can pitch like that. Yeah, they're legitimate 2.5, 3, 2.5, 3 starters, number 3 starters. I say 2.5. So you didn't need to go out and overpay for a guy who had some years left on the contract. Joe Ryan comes to mind right off the top, right? Boom. Curtis, well, I also like that it's over before the NASCAR race starts, LOL. Hey, Curtis, we're right there with you. You've got NASCAR the rest of the day. Nothing wrong with that. Justin, Trevor's story. Justin, dropping some numbers of the day. 46 RBI since June 1 to lead the AL. He's been phenomenal. Love it. Yeah. And I thought about this late last night. We're going to get 2 more in here. I don't know how close it was. I don't know if it ever actually was thought about. But as bad as his May was, I wonder how close or if it became conversation to designate him for assignment. I stuck with him, and he's been terrific. May was awful for Trevor Story. June 1 on July, again, a couple of bumps in the road, but it wasn't a month long. It wasn't 3 or 4 weeks extended slump at the plate. And he comes to the plate right now. He's got a ton of confidence. Jans Dadali. Amazing breakthrough against this team. Kenneth, if Giolito pitches like this down the stretch, Sox will be in good shape. Yes. Emily, Story is going to be a legend. Okay. That's as positive and going out on the limb as we can be. Yeah. He plays hard. He posts every day. And he's just terrific. Joe, I told all you people that Story just had to knock off some rust. He missed second half season, so there's a lot of rust. And really where where Trevor Story really got me is the fact that he came back last year and played. Coming back from that injury, where remember last year early on, injury against the Angels in Anaheim, I think it was, season ending. But he rehabbed and came back and got back in the lineup. George, awesome sweep. Giolito shoving it. And that's where we finish up. Next Locked On Red Sox postcast comes Monday night. We'll be on within minutes of the final out. Game 1 of the 3-game series. It'll be Bayo, Crochet, and Dustin May for the 3 games against the Kansas City Royals, who continue to hover right around 500. You want the Royals. You're rooting for the Royals today to beat the Blue Jays in the series finale in Toronto. And then tomorrow, you'll start talking about taking 2 out of 3 and winning that series. And as I always like to say, set it after Saturday night. You win the first 2 games of the series, then you have an opportunity for a series sweep as well. A tip of the cap to you, our Royal Rooters. Appreciate you being on board with us on the Locked On Red Sox postcast. And a tip of the cap to our sponsors as well. 5 Hour Energy and FanDuel. Locked On Red Sox postcast. We're turning it into the #1 place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports, your team, your red hot Red Sox every day. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody.